Jobs in Pods.
Welcome to Jobs in Pods, the only podcast where real employers talk about their jobs and tell you what it's like to work there. I'm your host, Chris Russell. This will be a day-in-the-life interview for Merck and Company. For the next several jobcasts, we'll be profiling various military veterans about their experience as they transition from military to civilian life while working for one of the world's largest pharmaceutical companies. Joining us today is Bob McCluskie. He works in the manufacturing operation in Pennsylvania. Hello, Bob. Welcome to the show.
Hello. Thank you.
So, if you can, give us some background on your military career. Where did you start out?
I served 20 years on active duty in the United States Marine Corps. I enlisted right out of high school. I enlisted in 1988 and retired in 2008. My job while I was in the Marine Corps was I MLS with 2861, which is ground electronics radio technician. I did that for my whole time in. I pretty much ran the electronic maintenance shops the whole time. I also taught communications maintenance at Communications Corps, Quantico, Virginia. I served in the first Gulf War. I also served in Okinawa, Japan a couple times, and various bases throughout the United States.
When you first came to Merck, what kind of adjustments did you have to make in terms of going from a military to civilian career? Can you share some lessons learned there for us?
Yes. Going from the military lifestyle to working for major pharmaceutical is a big deviation from the known, I would say. The biggest thing to understand is to keep an open mind and understand that you have a lot to learn, especially if you've been in the military for a while. You know what's going on, you know how things work, but going to the pharmaceutical industry, you're basically starting all over again, so you just have to keep a very open mind, and every opportunity that you have to learn something new, take advantage of that.
How do you think your military career prepared you for a career at Merck?
I think my military career really helped me prepare for Merck because in any branch of service, integrity is the cornerstone of service. You have to be trusted on a personal level. It's no different working at Merck. Working in the production of vaccines demands the highest integrity. People count on us to do the right thing when nobody's looking. Because the drugs we make actually go into somebody's arm, and if they're not right every single time, there could be some dire consequences. So Merck really likes people that have experience and really have a good foundation based on integrity. We really have to be able to ask ourselves every day, would we inject this into our own children's arms? And what the military has really developed in its people is that good, strong sense of integrity, and it fits well with Merck.
Right. Okay. Bob, in what ways does Merck support its veterans? Can you expand on some of the efforts that the company is involved in, maybe you specifically?
Okay. Merck supports veterans first by understanding our backgrounds. They understand the intangible qualities that some employers may not need, you really be looking for as hard, like integrity that I mentioned earlier, and a strong work ethic. Those things at Merck are very highly desired, and Merck really looks for that. So that's why the military is a really good fit for Merck. Merck also has a Veterans Leadership Network that is basically a framework to where people with military experience could keep in contact with each other to pass along veterans information and also help Merck grow to help patients.
So as we wrap this up here, Bob, what advice would you give to other military veterans who might be considering a job at a company like Merck?
First, I would say don't be intimidated by the job postings that you might see online. A lot of the postings are for senior scientists, and there's not exactly a whole lot of them running around in the military. Mm-hmm. But Merck is a research, not only manufacturing of vaccines and other products, but also research. So you will get a wide array of job postings like that. But there are a lot of things out there for the military, too, who might not be a scientist. So I just be persistent because Merck is a very desirable place to work. And if you're successful in getting hired on at Merck, it'll definitely be worth the effort.
All right. Well, that will do for this edition of Jobs and Pods. Bob, thank you for your service, and thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
All right, and to apply for jobs with Merck & Company, visit them online at merck.com and click on careers. That's MERCK. To hear past Jobcasts with Merck employees, visit jobsandpods.com. And don't forget you can subscribe to our Jobcast on iTunes. Just do a keyword search for Jobs and Pods. Thanks for listening.